Oh yeah, we wouldn't be OLF unless Tim was flipping out. Why are you out of focus? What the hell? Oh, did the door fall on it? Okay, there. Oh shit, no wonder. Let me zoom that out again. Alright. Well, that looks like a tractor. The mighty 4010. Hey Tim? You never ran that one, did you? Well, Carl snuck up behind you, didn't he? You should have kicked him in the ass. Alright, so you know what the job is on that thing? I'll kick your ass, you turkey lips. Anyway, how much you want for the 4960, Tim? What are you supposed to swear?
Why do you want to get rid of it?
What?
Tell me why you want to get rid of it.
What, the 4960?
Yeah.
Well, it's a financial move.
Yeah, it's about money.
It's all about money. That's all it is. I want to get rid of it because
the whole world runs about money.
yeah, eventually you'll figure that out. But no, I'll tell you why. Because you sell it while it's still worth good money instead of, you know. It might be. Shouldn't be. But anyway, so enough of the 4960. Hey Tim, what are you going to do with this tractor? You are one grumpy son of a bitch, ain't you? Find any beehives? Yeah, so we're going to take off all the tin work, right Tim? You're just not in a talkative mood. Alright, I'll just set the camera up and watch you work. How's that? Tim, what are you doing?
Tearing this tractor apart.
Now smile. Don't smile. Now don't take that apart yet. Don't take that apart. Don't.
Why? I gotta get the hood off.
Same just like any other one. Alright, Mr. Tim is taking the hood off. He's got to take the oh, we got a lot of things got to come off of here. Radiator. Wow, that's amazing. What the hell? Radiator cap don't want to come off. Oh, that thing's dry as a freaking lucky. That's not even the right one for that. Wow. What just fell off of there? Here, let me get this camera set here and we'll get that off. Ah! Limp dick syndrome. You ever see that? What? It's got limp dick syndrome. Okay, so now it's begun. We've got the hood off, and we're just going to continue taking stuff apart here. The tractor is free. It's not seized up, which was kind of surprising. The roof that it was under was blown off a couple of years ago, 2012. So it's been, what, 4 or 5 years ago almost, 4 years ago, in Hurricane Sandy. So the muffler on these things, it was still, the exhaust pipe was still underneath the, still underneath the tin, and so was the intake, so I didn't expect to find any water in there. And I had checked that before, because I really don't want the tractor to be seized up. This tractor does already have the 404 overhaul kit in it. It was overhauled way back, probably before I was born or sometime thereafter. I don't know. I don't remember it being overhauled, but my father says that it was overhauled at some point. And they never did the camshaft in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm not selling this tractor. I'm not selling the engine out of it. I am not going to even I'm not even going to swap the engine out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this thing completely apart, split it in half, pull the engine out of it. Yes, you heard me right. I'm going to pull the engine out of it. I'm going to strip it down, take that engine block out to Wangers of Myerstown, Wengers, Wangers, whatever they call them out there, and have them cook it, clean it, spec it. Any machine work that needs to be done to it will be done to it, and then I will get the complete overhaul kit, and I will rebuild this engine to back to a 404. I'm going to have the injectors overhauled in the head, probably send the head out at the same time as I do the engine, get that milled, and just make sure everything is right with it, and that's how it's going to go. So that the engine is perfectly fine. You know, I want it to go in there and fire off like it's a brand new tractor. The paint, I'm going to paint it as I go. Obviously, when I pull the engine out off of there, I'll have access to the clutch, so I'll be able to see what the clutch looks like. Probably replace that. They're fairly cheap. They're maybe a little around $100 for the clutch plates. I doubt that the flywheel. Well, I'll send the flywheel out with the engine block, and if it needs to be surfaced, then they can do that too. I don't have a milling machine, or not. Well, I do have a milling machine and a lathe, but it's not the size that I need. And you can see right there, I'm just seeing what kind of fuel is in there. And after pulling that thing out, there's not a drop of anything in there, and that'll be tomorrow's video. But I do distinctly remember years ago the fuel leaking out of this tractor. When we still had cows, obviously, and the fuel leaked out of the tractor, and that was it. So that tank is dry. It does turn over, like I said earlier, and we're just gonna completely strip this thing down. When it leaves this shop, it will look like it just came off the assembly. Right off the assembly line. New hood, new fenders, new screens, new front panels, new everything that needs to be new will be new. New tachometer, new gauges, new everything. So here we go, back to regular video. So it's that's gonna be a pain in the ass. Just wondering, maybe I can get a 4010 one to put in, or 4020 one there. I think it's oil bath in this one. I'm pretty sure this one's an oil bath. I can't remember. It either is or it isn't. The radiator is just gunged. Oil bath? Yeah. Has to be oil. Yeah, it's oil bath.
Yeah, it's oil bath.
That's an oil bath one, so we'd have to repair the neck to that. Wow, there's a lot of parts that need to be replaced. Might as well pull these panels, these off of here. These boxes off. These were actually shoop boxes. Shoop boxes.
There's where the water's all collected.
Where?
All in there.
Dump it. Take it and get it in a old... Yeah, you can get rid of that stuff. This is an old Napa battery. Well, this is a 24-volt system, so... Really simple tractors. It's really a simple tractor to work on, to be quite honest with you. It's going to be expensive because it is the John Ray that it is. I got a weep hole here. That means I got a... When the water comes out of there, or oil comes out of that, that means that the block is pretty well bad. The sleeves... I really don't want to rebuild this motor. I don't want to rebuild this motor, because to rebuild this motor it's going to cost a couple... Well, we could probably put a Reliant kit in there. Send it out to... we could send this out to Wangers and get them to machine the block if it's that bad. I don't know, I'm going to have to see if I can come up with an engine block someplace. I'll be scouring eBay. Maybe I get a 404 and drop in there. 404 with a turbo. That would work. Yeah, I guess I might as well just start talking about what is bad. Side rails, bad. This tractor had a loader on it, and it broke the side rails. My father welded those in a field one time. That's real pretty stuff. Yuck.
Yeah.
Here too, both sides. Broke them both. It's got some porosity in there. You can see the kink here from when it actually made a mess out of it. It's a wonder this tractor didn't break in half. Tin work, obviously. The fenders are junk. I can get new fenders for it. Fenders are history. This part here, these are pretty these are easy to come by, these tin work for the rock shaft housing. Both fenders are junk. I don't know, this toolbox here, that's a rarity. I'm going to have to see if I can find one of those on eBay. They had, you can see they had a lid to them, but obviously this one here is done. Sway blocks, totally missing. Have no idea where they are at all.
Is this a dry or wet clutch?
Dry. Dry clutch in this one. So this here, there's nothing wrong with this part here, chum. Kind of treat that with some respect. I want you to pull the floor panel up to get the magnetic trays, get those magnetic trays cleaned out, and start putting stuff in there. Floor plate will come up. I want the batteries off and out. I want the battery boxes out. Here, these things here. And we're just going to completely clean it up. We're going to replace the hydraulic lines. The transmission and everything in this tractor is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. One of the real reasons why we were running it in bad shape. It was running, but it didn't like to be running. One of the brake lines, see these lines here? One of these brake lines here had ruptured and leaked hydraulic oil out, and that's why it actually got parked. So we're going to pull that, he'll get Timothy to pull that deck off of there, and I'm going to actually go home and eat some supper, lunch, breakfast. I didn't have lunch or breakfast, and that's not how those work, Tim. That's how they work, like that. They're magnetic trays. See that? Anyway, he's going to do that. I'm going to go eat, and I'm going to... What was I supposed to be looking up? Oh, I got to post my video. Right? Right. I'll look for eBay fuel tank. I know I can get those pretty reasonable. So we're just going to have to start putting bits and pieces together. I want you to put that back on there. I wanted the oil and water out of it, but I want you to put that back on there. We're not tearing that apart yet. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and the sunlight. This is going to be a project and a half. I think we're going to need new rims, new tires, new hood, new fenders, new side panels, new side screens, new front screen, new fuel tank, new... Well, here's something weird. That is for the block heater, because these things didn't start worth a shit in the wintertime. So you had to put a block heater. I have the fuel filters. I just wonder if those fuel filters were plugging up, and that's why this thing wasn't running worth a damn. It didn't have any power. Oh, it was terrible. It was just terrible. But I'll see if I can get an engine. Anyway, with that, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But the old M pulled her good, didn't it?
Yeah.
So you're telling me you don't like the 7810 on the stack wagon?